Hey there, and welcome back to Get Going Fast. Hopefully we're going to get you into this kind of excellent hobby in a quick and sort of efficient manner in which you might actually learn something. So today we are looking at the new fun stuff, which is the squish effect. So let's show you what that looks like over here. We got the squish effect here. So basically taking an image, squishing it up. That's pretty cool. I've done some stuff over here with it. Let's see here. This is a picture of the Doge dog squishing it up. Really just throwing in any image you've got there, and it goes ahead and does it. Oh, there, look at that. That's pretty wild. That's pretty cool. All right, I'll show you really quickly actually what it's doing here. Actually, you know what? I'll save that later. I'll show you what it's doing, how it does it once we get into the actual installation. But we're going to go ahead and look at this. This is kind of cool, fun stuff to play with. You guys find the practical use for it. A lot of stuff is just fun just to kind of do and send to people. It just kind of keeps us entertained. But really not a difficult installation, although we're going to need a full ComfyUI installation. You got to have a working ComfyUI installation. And then we're going to need to have a account on civitai.com, which I will, there's a .ai, which I will, it's .com, which I will show you how to do all of that. And then we'll get it going down. But before we do that, thank you for liking the channel and, subscribing to the channel, liking the video, that sort of thing, telling your neighbors about it, going out and finding some old person that's just sitting there by themselves and being like, you know what? I know that it can be lonely sitting here at home. That's why there's AI. And then tell them about Get Going Fast. So I'm sure that will be welcome for them. So anyway, thank you for doing that. I obviously appreciate that. So we're going to get on with here. First, of course, be sure to check us out on Instagram, X, on here on the YouTube's channels, all that kind of stuff. It really does help with getting the word out there. So, all right, with no much further ado, we're going to move on, yo. Okay, so like I said, first thing we need to do is to make sure that we have a ComfyUI installation in which to do this. So there's plenty of ways to do that. You have your portable installation, you have your manual installation, that sort of stuff. This will actually work with your SwarmUI as well, but you're going to have to, we'll walk through this. You're going to have to make sure that you get into the correct folders. Okay. Now, over here on the Get Going Fast page, I do have a free ComfyUI manual installation. So you don't have to pay anything to this. It's just, if you want to get installed, you can get this, click it, and it will get you going. Now, as usual, you need to have your system set up properly to do this. And on our page, we typically are using Python 3.10, and now we have moved up into the NVIDIA CUDA 12 series. So we're pushing 12.8, but that's nice because then we can downscale as needed as well. Okay. So I do want to point out that we also have over here, if you just want to get going with this, you can follow the instructions. I've also set this up for free. You can just download the installer here. And as long as you put it outside the ComfyUI folder, and I'll show you how to do that, then it'll just put everything where you need to go, and you don't need to follow the instructions that we're about to do. That being said, want to remind you that I always give options on here. So my goal on the Get Going Fast page is I'm making a business here that blesses you, blesses me, blesses everyone around, but it's to give you your free option. You can do this manually, or you can get going fast with this. There is no, there is no necessity to have to join membership to do this or that. You can always do this yourself, and I'm here to help you to do that as well. And I think that's why you guys appreciate this page, and which in turn helps me to appreciate you. So that being said, your ComfyUI installation, you got to get that going, and then we're going to move into getting the squish effect working. Okay, so let's pop on over to the browser again. Okay, now we're going to go over here, and like I said, you could just download that if you want, but we're going to go to a page called civitai.com. Okay, Now, Civitai is a repository of different models. You can upload your images. You can just see all the really cool stuff that people are working on. Typically, when I come here and when you're coming here on behalf of the stuff you're doing, usually I'm going to be clicking on this models page. Okay. And the models are just going to show you different stuff that you can download. Most of it is going to be things for like, SD Forge or, A111 kind of a thing, so that you can get different types of models. Obviously, you got blurry ones here, which is going to be more like you see your not safe for work stuff, whatever. So if you're into that, you can click on those as well. But you do need to be logged into this page. And so to do that, you're just going to have to just click sign in. You know how to do that. You've signed into a million web pages before. So do that, get yourself an account. This is, I'm not a big on signing up for every page, but there's a few different pages that you have to be part of. If you really want to be in the stuff, you need to have a Hugging Face account. You need to have a GitHub account, okay? You need to have a Civitai account. These are just sort of basic places where you get the vast majority of the tools that we're going to be using. And so you need an NVIDIA account, this kind of stuff. So this is not just some niche, small thing over here, but a base site that you need to be logged into. So go ahead, get yourself logged in. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we can just go up here and we're going to just type in the word WAN. So you can see we're going to be searching models here. You can click there to see all the different things we can search. We just want to search for models. And we're going to type WAN. Okay. And it's going to bring up a bunch of different WAN stuff. You can see we have checkpoints. Okay, we've got LoRAs. That's what we're going to be looking at today is LoRA. We've got different workflows. So you can find everything that you want in here to make certain types of images. What we're going to do is we're going to click over here. On this side, you can see it says filter by base model. And we're going to click WAN video. So first of all, it's just going to filter everything out that's not WAN. Okay. Then what we're going to do, there's a lot of not safe for work stuff there. Okay. Now, as I scroll down, you can see we found the squish effect. Okay. That's what we're going to do. But what we could also do just to refine it is after we've chose WAN up here, we can go by model type, and then we can just click on LoRA. And then it's also going to go ahead and click out the ones that aren't LoRAs. You can see there's a lot of not safe for work ones. Okay. If you want to get those off of there, you can click on your profile up here, and then you can go to, I think we just click on your profile. Oh, maybe not. There's a settings button here. Oh, there it is. This little cog. And then you can go down here and you can say, hide all of this. Whoops. That was already checked. So you can go down here and here we go. Turn off all of that stuff. Okay. Then when we go back, we can do this again. We type WAN. Now you can notice all the blurry porn stuff's gone. Do the same thing. I'm just going to click WAN video, and then I'm going to click LoRA. Okay. So, all right. So there's our squish effect. So what we're going to do is we're going to click this. Now it's going to bring us into here. And this is the page where the LoRA is at. Now, if you remember what a LoRA is it's kind of like putting a hat on. It's like a filter. So let's say I'm going to generate an image of myself. Okay. And, I generate this image, but there's a certain type of clothing. Let's say I want to always put one certain shirt on. So I train an AI model on this one particular shirt, and that becomes a LoRA. So it generates this picture of me or whoever, but then I click the shirt LoRA on, and then they're always wearing the shirt. Okay. So it's not the model itself. The model itself is creating the arms and the legs and the head and all that stuff. The LoRA is doing particular things, and you can create different types of LoRAs that have to do with motion or have to do with visual. So obviously this is a motion LoRA. They've taken a lot of different images of something, and then they've trained on it. And now let's go over here and show you what it looks like. I'll show you how they've trained it. So you can see they took some clay, okay, and they just sat there and they made videos of people squishing clay. All right. And they created a LoRA over that, so that then when you can apply that same effect to whatever the image is, that's being created. That's cool, huh? So it's a LoRA. So you're creating the thing, right? I threw in a picture of one of my puppies, okay? And then the LoRA actually, see that how it's just kind of like how the clay is, right? Does that too. So that's what a LoRA is. So we're over here, we're on the page. You can tell it's a LoRA because it said, well, one, it says LoRA here, but over here on type as well, you'll see it says LoRA. Okay. You can see it's very positive. People like it. So that's kind of a way to tell if you're wasting your time or not. Obviously, this is your size. And then we can read through it, and it says over here, it's for the image to video, which we can see right there. So right there, you're probably not going to be creating text to video with this and be doing image to video. And then the other most important thing is this trigger word. So this trigger word is going to come important later because that's how we're going to activate it. So when we load a model, what we do is we say, image of a cat and blah, 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 cat wearing a hat. But you have to trigger the LoRA. So we're going to put this keyword in there and it's going to go, oh, okay, let's go grab that LoRA and do this effect with it. So we're going to keep this page up here for now. But what we're going to do, we're going to click this download button. So I'm going to go ahead and make the screen weird for just a second here. Okay. So we're going to go ahead like this. Okay. And you can see it's 342 megabytes. LoRa's are typically smaller than checkpoints. In fact, they're always smaller. Checkpoints are like, that's your main model, who's like, 7 gigabytes, 4 gigabytes. This is 342 megabytes. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get into our ComfyUI folder. Okay. So here is our main folder here. You can see also over here, if I went to this, you can see this is my main ComfyUI folder. And when we're doing the, oops, where did they go? When we're doing the, if you're just using the installer from the GetGoingFast page, you would just put it here and extract it here and then click on that. Okay. But what we're going to do, you can see here, we've got a ComfyUI, we've got our models, and then we've got our LoRa's folder. So what we're going to do, go over here, we click that download, going to pop this up. We're going to go inside that ComfyUI folder. There's our models folder. Okay. So you got our output, our input, all that stuff. So the different things. Okay. And then we're going to click our LoRa's. Now you can see I've already got it downloaded there. Okay. But you would just click save and then it would save into that LoRA folder. Okay. Real easy. This is not rocket science. Okay. Now what we would do is we crack on over to running our ComfyUI. So we go ahead and load up your ComfyUI. Okay. And this is what we're going to do. Now, you need to have WAN installed already. If you don't have WAN installed, I have videos on how to install the WAN models as well. There is a installer on the GetGoingFast page if you want to do that. So you're welcome to do that as well. Okay, but I typically put everything under workflows, and then you can see WAN, and then now I'm going to go ahead and grab this i2v 480p. Okay, so this is the one that comes with the WAN models and that my videos show you how to download. Now, if you do get the GetGoingFast version of this, it's going to create one called the Squish workflow. And everything's already, the stuff that we're about to do, it's already set up for you. But I want to show you how to do this manually as well. So we're going to go open this up, okay? And here is our basic WAN 2.1 workflow. Okay. Notice that, it starts with old man takes off his hat, but there's no image there. Okay. So you have to load your own image and all this kind of stuff. So you'll see you've got your width, you've got your height over here. You can change those things. There's your steps. The higher the steps, it's just like how many times it's going over it. It's like how many rough drafts does it use? That's sort of a thing. Over here, you've got to have a number of frames. So that's like how many pictures in the thing you're going to do it. And then to get the length of the image of the video, you divide the number of frames by the frame rate. So how many times does 16 go into 81? Let's see, 15, 30, 45, 60, 75. So probably 5-second video. You could turn the frame rate down to 10, and that would be an 8-second video. Okay. So you got to get this all set up. Okay. What we're going to need to go back over to our squish effect thing. And now we can copy the trigger word. Okay. copy the trigger word, go back here, and then we're going to go to this one video text code. This is our prompt. So just going to paste that in there. That's all you got to do. Okay. But now we have to connect the LoRA still. How do you do that? Yo. Okay. I am so glad you asked because I'm going to show you. Once you have your wand stuff loaded up, okay, you just click over here somewhere. It doesn't matter where, just on a blank spot, right click, and then we're going to go to this add node. And you're going to go down here to where it says WAN video wrapper. So click that, and then notice it brings up a whole list of stuff. So we're going to click this one that says WAN video LoRA select. So let's click that. Okay. And then it's going to show the different ones you have. So I'm going to click Squish 18. Okay. Now we have to connect it to the workflow because think of it like electricity. It's flowing from one thing to another. If this is not connected to anything, it's not doing anything. It's not flowing anywhere. It's called a workflow. So I'm going to grab this LoRA. I'm going to go, and I'm going to connect it over here to the model. This is where we loaded our model. Okay. So by connecting that there, now it's going to know to get the information from here. And that's all you got to do. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and set this really small just because I'm not certain how well it'll run with the other stuff that I'm running all my videos. So I'm going to set that to 30. We've got frame rate 10, steps 10. I can probably make this smaller, but let's just keep that where that's at. And then we have to choose a file to upload. So I'm going to click this and let's just go ahead and, I don't know, let's drag this picture of that dog there. Okay. And we'll see how that works. Okay. Now I'm ready to go. I'm going to hit Q. I'm going to get an error here though. Okay. It's going to show that this just doesn't have the right location. So all I got to do is click on it and just choose it. Just when this workflow was made, these things were on a person's personal computer in a certain spot. So you just got to make sure you grab the one on your place. So we're done. We've got the picture we're going to use. We've got the Squish LoRA attached. We've got our width and our height, although this one is a square. Maybe we should choose something that's more squarish. Let's do this. Well, that'll be fine. And then let's go ahead and hit Q. And then notice it's going to go rock through this. Now, this can take a few minutes, okay? Especially depending on your GPU. I'm running a 24 gigabyte 4090. This probably takes me 3 minutes, okay? So you typically have to, because you got to load the model. I mean, you got to load the WAN models. So it's loading these things. Then you got to load the LoRA, okay? Then it's got to generate the images. This one might not take that long because we're only doing 33 frames. So, I mean, it's literally creating, in this case, 33 images, right? Think like a flip book. When you are, you draw a picture of a stick figure and then, arms move. And then as you flip through the book, you see that kind of thing. And it's doing the same thing here. So it's literally creating the 33 images. Or if you go up to 88 or 160, it's creating 88 or 160 of those. And then on top of it, it has to do the processing, of course, to make it change on each one as well. So we're doing pretty good time. Let's see if we go over here to our terminal window, you can see it's working on it. Okay, so it hasn't got anywhere yet to 0. It's still 0, but you can see it moving up here. So probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pause this video. And then we'll come back when it's done. That will save up some VRAM and we'll get this ripping and snorting. So we'll be right back and we'll finish this up. All right, and we're back. That probably, like I said, took about 3 minutes or so once I turned off all my other stuff. So let's see how she turned out. There you go. And remember, this was just a short one. It was only like a 3-second one that I did. So you can make this a 10-second one. And it's going to fold up. I really like how that looks like, it's there, but then all of a sudden the hands come in and it gives it the perspective of being a thing, of being an object, which is just really incredible. So there you have it, guys. Your Your Squish. Your Squish LoRA for Comfy UI. Oh yeah, let me show you here really quick. If you're going to be doing this in, let me see if I have this really quick. And here we are. Okay. Yeah. If you're using SwarmUI with this, you just do the same thing. You go stable SwarmUI, then you got to click here. Don't go to your models. You go to your DL backend. Then you're going to find your Comfy folder. Get Comfy. And then here's your Comfy folder. Same thing. You could still use the free installer over off the GetGoingFast page here, but you have to put it here if you're using SwarmUI. And then you go, or you're doing it manually, you can go ComfyUI, models, LoRa. Lastly, if you're going to be using the Gradio app, there is a Gradio app available for this over again, on the GetGoingFast page. It is not as fast as the ComfyUI installation, but it will work. If you're not comfortable with ComfyUI, I do have a Gradio app that is for members over there that you can use. But it's not as fast, but it still works. Okay. So I'm going to show you really quickly how to do that as well. So this is what it looks like. Okay. Where did that go? It looks like this. Okay. So here you got your text to video. There's your 14B text to video, and here's your image to video. So you just click there. You do the same thing. Type in your Squish effect into there. Okay. Click here to upload an image. Okay. You can play around with all this. You're going to set your frames per second, your number of frames. The key thing going to be going over to advanced settings, and you'll see under here, LoRa's. Once you've downloaded things into LoRa's, you'll find it under here just by clicking on that. Okay. But how did you download it to there? Well, I'm glad you asked. Okay. So we did it like this. If you are using the Gradio app, it will create a folder called WAN 2.1. Okay. You just click there, and then you have a folder called LoRa's. Okay. So same thing. You're just going to go to your Civitai. You're going to download, you're going to put it into the LoRa's folder. And then you're gold. And then you just go back to your app. You'd refresh it or whatever, and you'll find it under your LoRa's. And that works for all the different LoRa's. And just go back here, put your Squish effect in there, and generate, and you're ready to go. Okay, well, there you guys have it. Have fun with that. Just a little fun, simple thing. We're going to be working some more here on some text to audio stuff, which is exciting. So I've been wanting to get that out for you the last week or so, just having some things here at home got to work on, and having some other technical stuff, but we're going to pop that out for the weekend. Hopefully that is the goal. Okay. And as always, check out music over on daysinging.com. Check out Spotify. You can find Jim Day and the Better Stories over there. Really helps. If you're grateful for this video, hit that thanks button and send me a little thank you note. That'll put a couple bucks in my pocket. Keeps me going. It keeps me smiling during the day. But what really keeps me smiling? You guys are the bombs. So do want to thank you so much for being part of this. And as usual, we going to catch you on the other side, yo.